Hey YouTube, it's the Greek one, aka Jack. Um, the housekeeping. This is Bill's Blend, compliments of Stephen140. Stephen, thank you very much. Very enjoyable. It's Thursday, and we all know what that means. Try to make things a little easier and not necessarily more accessible, but you know, one doesn't live on Japanese and French cinema and you know depressed Danish masterpieces. Although I've tried. This one is available via Redbox. Depending on what the tax is, this should be readily available for the, I don't know, the humongous price of $127 to $129, depending on where you live. And that is Steven Soderbergh's Haywire, which is a action film. The lead is a woman, and it's got that Soderbergh sensibility. And the lead is quite good. Like the story's interesting, although it's not completely new. But I just thought, I'd throw that out there because I don't know whether lots of people saw it. I saw it at the movie theater, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Not all of it. Anyway, the second film I'm going to recommend is available via Netflix instant download, and that is 32 short films about Glenn Gould. And the interesting thing about Glenn Gould, if you don't know anything about him, he was born in Canada. He stopped making. He stopped playing publicly when he was 30 years old, at the peak of his career. His last concert was in Los Angeles. And he was known for his, technical virtuosity. And he totally gave up all the romantics like Liszt, Schumann, Chopin, like all those piano dudes. He was like, forget it. And he was known for bringing out certain qualities of the pieces of Johann Sebastian Bach. I think what I really love about the movie is that you keep getting these little pieces of the man through so many different examples. And of course, some films are like 20 seconds and others are much longer, but I guess the best compliment I can give it is that it's still sticking with me, and I want to learn more about him, the pianist, the person. Great movie. I will tell you one scene. The reason he stopped playing publicly was he thought, he was giving into this sort of class thing where not everybody got to choose where they sat or how good the sound was, and part of that had to do with money and the experience and what people were relegated to experiencing. And he really wanted to break down. And these are some very, complex issues, but he really wanted to level um, the artist and the listener. You know, it wasn't like this sort of paternalistic class level thing. And they had this segment where they had all these artistes and all these critics, talking about him. And the first was this French guy, and he was like, I could never live like that. Life has to be free. I must take things in life. I can't be so isolated. One guy told this lovely story about how Glenn would call at these weird hours and he would be talking and talking. And one night he stretched out on the floor because Glenn had been talking so long. And his son woke him up and was kicking him. And he didn't know how long he'd been on the phone. But Glenn was still talking. It was great. And then there was a woman who Glenn used to call frequently. There was nothing, she was just a very good friend, but she would say, Glenn didn't really think about other people and that they had lives. The series of interviews ends with the guy in these thick Coke bottle glasses and these working man clothes. It was so moving. All these artists talk about how selfish he was, and there's a piano tuner who would say that Glenn used to call him between 2 and 3 months in advance, and that it meant a lot to him, especially given that so many people call him and want him to show up like tomorrow. So it kind of makes you think how he values the working man as opposed to other artists, and their accessibility, and him valuing their time. I'll let you decide for yourself, but just a great movie. And it starts with the same music that starts in Melancholia, which is in Glenn Gould music. It's the prelude to Wagner's Tristan and Isolde, which, how apropos, one of the greatest works of art, one of the greatest love stories ever written. And the film starts out with that. And we have this succession of films after that where it's all Glenn's music and about his obsession with the piano and his love for music. Super fantastic. So, Haywire and 32 short films about Glenn Gould. Something for everybody. Instant download, Redbox, blotty, blotty, blot. I hope everybody's doing well. It's been an interesting day on the tube. And see what else. Get ready for the Patrick the Pipe Peace Pipe to go around the States. I don't know whether it'll be stopping here first or somewhere else, but let's show these guys across the pond that we know what we're doing, and let's get this thing flying around the US of A. What do you think? Let me know. Let Patrick know. Let's keep this off of Patrick. PM me if you want to be on the list, and I will try to orchestrate where everybody lives so it can go as easily, quickly, and cheaply from one place to another. I'll do it. I'll take care of it. I hope everyone's well. Have a beautiful day. Bye.